So over here, we have Asmongold reacting to a knockoff of Fall Guy, which this game, I think there's a new game called Stumble Guy, who actually copied Fall Guy, which is too similar, is like a similar game, right? And Asmongold is reacting to, the copy of of Fall Guy, technically, and I want to see his reaction.
Somehow. A game titled
What?
Stumble Guys.
Stumble Guys.
How is this even a war?
Look at this.
That's so shameless. Oh my god.
Sure, Stumble Guys is such a stupid name. There's no way that this is,
It
like, a
is.
serious problem.
It's
now, Stumble
so
Guys
obvious.
is nearly a one-to-one clone of Fall Guys, and it's just like a slightly worse version of Fall Guys. It's not terrible, especially for it being a mobile game.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, so it literally is the exact same. Okay, so
So-
it's basically the exact same game. Okay.
I mean, we all know how bad mobile games
So-
can be, but it's just
Wow.
not like super spectacular in any way. The only reason why the game was popular was because it was a meme to play at the time. So
Yeah.
you're probably thinking, all right, it's clear, Fall Guys is gonna win this war in the long run. I mean, memes don't last forever, so
Right,
once
yeah.
the meme dies, Fall Guys will be back on top again, right? But no, no, Fall Guys is losing bad, and I mean bad. Let's flash back to 2020.
Oh, hold up.
So,
Fall Guys only has 182K subscribers, but Stumble
Yeah.
Guys has 2.4 million, 2.54 million.
yeah, because that's the way it is now in the video game industry, is that people, they don't really the way they make video games is that they are waiting for somebody to come up with an idea. And once you come up with an idea, all they do is they copy your template of whatever you've done, and they're gonna modify like a little bit of it to make it a derivative video game, technically, which could be subjective to infringement copyrights, technically, depending on the amount of stuff you copy from the other game. Just like Dragonflight, that copied literally Guild Wars 2. Just like Path of Exile, that copied Diablo, franchise. So depending on how much you copy from another video game, it could be subjective. It could be subject to a copyright infringement, in court, technically. But the thing is that a lot of companies, sometimes they don't want to, go that far. They don't want to copyright. They don't want to bring people in court because they don't have, the resources to do so, or they are afraid that it would be not worth it to do so, right? Which is the reason why so many video game companies, what they do is they are not afraid to copy this type of process where you just wait for someone to come up with an idea to then copy from them and just like modify or alter it, like a little part of that game to make it look like different, so that when they go to court they can say that, well, the game is not the same because we have a little bit of different option and different feature in there, which which in its entirety does not make it 100% similar. So it may be, I don't know, 60%, 70% similar, but there's a 30% in there that is not similar, right? But I'm saying 70%, 30, but it could be like 90%, 10%. So these companies, they think in their mind that because the video game is not 100% similar, even if it's like 90% or 80% similar, they think that the other company will not waste their time trying to sue them in court just because of that. So that's the problematic right now in the video game business industry, that people, they just rely on blind luck to believe that by copying a percentage of an original creativity or an original creation, they gamble on the fact that nobody's going to sue them, which is why a lot of other video game companies are doing the same thing to other, original creators, technically.
How the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Well, the thing about Asmongold, you see, when I'm looking at him being surprised about this, like when Dragonfly copied Guild Wars 2, which is like freaking blatant technically, he didn't give a shit about Guild Wars 2. He didn't say, oh, Dragonfly copied Guild Wars 2, it is insanely stupid, blah, blah. No, he did. Asmongold didn't care about that. But when it's about other games than Guild Wars 2, what I've noticed so far is that he always act like he is surprised, like he is shocked that other companies, like rip off other company. But when it's about Guild Wars 2, which is the only game, by the way, Guild Wars 2 is the only game where he never feel surprised, never feel shocked about its ripoff from Dragonflight. It's the only, and I don't understand why. I think I know why. I think he has personal issue with Guild Wars 2, to be honest with you. But I mean, Blizzard, Dragonflight is a blatant example of how, like how they copy and rip off Guild Wars 2. Technically, 97 of the entire content is a rip off of Guild Wars 2, technically. And he didn't react to it. He didn't react. He wasn't surprised. He didn't even care. This is the video here. So this is the video where Asmongold, that was, 2 years ago, Blizzard copied Guild Wars 2 in Dragonflight, and he's like, what? Let's see what's his reaction to that. I'm just surprised. I'm just curious.
It's copied 1 for 1 from Guild Wars 2. All right, let's see this.
So that's Guild Wars 2.
So is this like the new WoW thing? Was that Guild Wars?
That is Dragonflight. This is Dragonflight. That is Guild Wars 2. There you go. This is Dragonflight.
You want to know the truth? This gives me more faith in Blizzard than anything else in the cinematic, because they're back to their roots. They're back to doing what they do best. Stealing other people's ideas and doing them just a little bit better. Thank you.
So he's actually thankful that Blizzard actually copy. See, he's like, he doesn't mind that Blizzard copy from Guild Wars 2. But when it's about other game like this guy, and he's like super shocked, he's like, oh my god, oh my god. You know what I mean? So that's what I find very funny about this guy when it comes to, copyright infringement or any type of like rip-off games from other video game company. It's only applicable to every other games except Guild Wars 2. Except Guild Wars 2. Doing them a little bit better, did we watch the same thing? WoW's animation, that dragon doesn't come near the same amount of detail in the Guild Wars one had. Other MMO needed to catch up on Guild Wars 2 mount fluidity. To be honest, their mount have always looked and felt incredible, and Dragons is probably the perfect mount for it. Huge dab on the better statement. Guild Wars 2 mounts are phenomenal. The physics behind each mount and their special ability makes them honestly the best mount in any game I've ever played. They are copying, but they no longer do it better. As Guild Wars 2 player, I'm happy that you guys finally get some good mounts. Have fun. Guild Wars 2 mounts are just too good and polished. No way WoW is going to make it even better. Type Guild Wars 2 Roller Beetle Time Trial, for example, which is right. Better is yet to be determined. As a Guild Wars 2 player and former WoW player, I'd like to see such things like the mount special actions, such as the Sky Scale, like Fire Breathe, that you can leap through as a combo field to gain Fire Aura. It's fun trick. I use a lot of my Revenant. Asmon, you clearly haven't experienced Guild Wars 2 mount mechanics, so don't you say Blizz has done it better. That's a subjective point of view for Asmongold to say that they did it better. It's a very subjective point of view because Asmongold never played Guild Wars 2, to be honest, so he doesn't know how good it is or how bad it is. He just presumed that he know better because he is Asmongold, technically. The Guild Wars 2 mount have better animation and look smoother, not to mention the unique mount ability for entering combat, which the dragon likely doesn't have. All Blizz did was to take the Griffin dive and rise mechanic and the Sky Skill air acrobatic. It's a cheap imitation. He's pretty right about this. I'm gonna tell you my feeling about the dragon riding in Dragonflight vs dragon riding in Guild Wars 2, because I played both. I did both. The Sky Scale, I used the dragon Sky Scale, and they are different because the dragon in Dragonflight from World of Warcraft, like, how can I say this, like the dragon in Dragonflight, technically you can go pretty much anywhere without having to work too much in order to be able to fly very fast or go very far away, you know what I mean? But in Guild Wars 2, the Griffin, because this is pretty much a copy of the Griffin's air mechanic, where because in Guild Wars 2, you need to kind of dive downward in order to fly forward faster or higher as you wish, right? So it's a different flying air mechanic, because in Dragonflight, all you have to do is to press one button and you can just go like swoop in the air right away. So it's a subjective point of view to say, is it better? It depends. Like, because for Guild Wars 2, like for a Guild Wars 2 player, like I play Guild Wars 2, I think it's fun to use the Griffin air mechanic in order to fly while working for it. While if I play Dragonflight, I think it's also fun to be able to not have to work for it and just press one button in order to swoop away in the air, right? So it's a very it's kind of like very subjective from person to person. To say which one is better is really depend on how you like flying. Me, I like both, to be honest with you, but I kind of find it sad that, you know, like Blizzard, they just copied, you know, like Guild Wars 2 without giving any credit, be honest with you. So that's why I just feel like, you know, you should have, you know, like to kind of trick people to say that we came up with an original, you know, flying air mechanic. It's kind of like, it's kind of shady, to be honest with you. And for Asmongold to say that it's better, that's, again, it's a subjective point of view. Because what's better for him doesn't mean it's better for others. Again, I love the air mechanic, flying mechanic in Guild Wars 2 because it's fun to work for what you want to, you know, to achieve, right? Versus World of Warcraft, which is pretty easy peasy. You press one button and you're ready to go, which is very like, you know, McDonald's type. You know McDonald's, how good it is. You buy, you eat. You don't have to work for anything. You just buy it, you eat it, and you go shit, right? But if you go to another restaurant, like a luxury restaurant, where the cook needs to prepare the food and it takes them time to prepare it because you want to eat something delicious that is, you know, worthwhile, right? Which is different, right? So you're going to pay more money, you're going to have a better meal, you know, it's going to take more time and it's going to taste better. Some people, they love that, but some people, they love McDonald's. So which one is better? I'll tell you right now, both are good depending on who you are. Simple as that.
Let's flash back to 2022 when Stumble Guys started taking over Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Now back then, Fall Guys was actually a paid game. It wasn't free, but
Right.
Stumble Guys was. Now I think the Fall Guys team was a little bit scared of the traction that Stumble Guys was getting.
Actually getting more
So you know what they
players.
did?
What?
They made their game free to play.
Right.
Yep, that's right. A crappy knockoff had so much power over the original that they made the game free to play. You're probably thinking, all right, this solved the problem, right? Now that
Yeah.
Fall Guys is free, there's no reason to keep playing Stumble Guys, and Fall Guys will become popular
Yeah,
once
sure.
again.
People will go
finally
back.
dethroning their competitor.
You know, I think that Fall Guy could have sued Stumble Guy company. I think they could have sued them because, but again, you need to have the resources to sue a company, right? Because it depends what you've copied. Did you copy, you know, how much of the amount of features or like, you know, design have they copied? So if it's like 90%, 95%, I think it is, you know, you can go to court with that. But if it's like 60%, even 60%, you can still go to court because when you create any type of creativity, whether it's a video game, a music sheet, a song, a voice, a video, animation, anything that is a original creation, whenever you take somebody's idea and you kind of like take it and make something better out of it, right? It's kind of like a derived copy of an original creation without their consent, unless you do have their consent, of course. But if you don't have their consent, it's called, you know, it's a ripoff technically, because you're kind of like lying to the audience that you came up with something original, which is in a certain way true, because it is an original creation based on somebody else's creation, which then it could become a copyright infringement unless you have permission from that original creator, and that can go for visual, for sound effect, music, background, anything, you know, like sheet of music, it could be a script, it could be anything that is a creation is copyrighted by law. So that's what I'm trying to say.
That's just not what happened. So after Fall Guys made their game free, they actually took it off Steam, so I'm not able to track like.
Why would they do that?
What did
No wonder it's dead.
Fall Guy, they took it off?
They do that.
Really? They should have sued Stumble Guy instead. That's what I would have done.
No wonder it's dead.
As you can see here, there's a game called Supermarket Simulator, and that game, I bought it and it's very positive. Look at all the people who left a very positive comment. I played that game, I really enjoy it. But something happened recently, and a lot of other video companies kind of copied this company over here, and I'm gonna show you which company it is. So here we have Grocery Store Simulator and we have Grocery Store Tycoon. I'm gonna go with this one over here, Grocery Store Simulator first. That's a new company. And if you look their game over here, well, first I'm going to show you the supermarket first of all. Sorry about that. So supermarket, I'm going to show you how it looks like first, so you have a better idea of you know, what it is. So as you can see over here, you're kind of like putting stuff on the shelf, and you have to you know, like put a price tag on it and open your store, and you know, you kind of start small, right? And then you cash in, cash out people, right? And it's pretty fun. I really enjoy doing that, to be honest with you. But now my store is pretty big. I have like 4 cashier and I have like 4 restocker, right? So if you look at the game itself, I just want you to take a look how it looks like, right? So take very close look. So you see how it is, right? So he was the first one to come up with this game. It was it February 2024. So it was his idea, right? So look carefully here. So we have a storage. There we go. And he's throwing everything over there. There we go. So that's that. And now if you go to the other people who did the same thing, look carefully here. So grocery store, June 20th, 2024. So it's the same goddamn thing. Look carefully. Same thing. Well, the shelf may not be all the same. The color is a little bit different. The food is a little bit different. The graphic UI is a little bit different. You have this over here, which is like, I don't know if you guys saw that. It's like a button to press. You press a button to open the store. That's different, but it's like tiny little variation technically, but everything else is pretty similar. The walls are a little bit different. The items are look a little bit different. But if you look at the counter is the same. The debit card is the same. The screen over here is the same. The sound they do is the same, I think. See, that's the same sound. Now I know that the SFX is not something that you're going to copyright and like, oh my god, because I mean there's not like 100,000 different type of like cash out or like bells or technically, but you know what I mean. But it's pretty much like the entirety of the game. How much did they copy from the other original author? That's what matters, and a lot of it looks very, very, very similar if you look at it. So you have the same cash, same thing, same dollar coins and everything. Here you can customize. The UI is different though. My new store, so you can customize your store name. There we go. And the other thing about this game, you can play co-op with up to 4 people. The other game, supermarkets, you cannot co-op. You understand? So this one you can co-op. So that's another feature they added to make it a little bit different. But this is the store. What is it? This is the storage room, which is pretty similar to the other supermarket game. The racks are pretty similar. Like there's no different thing about this. It's not like they can make a big difference, but I mean it's pretty similar. The same thing. Now the other thing is the truck. See, in the supermarket we don't have a truck, but in this game we have a truck. So instead of like, because in supermarket simulator, the boxes they end up on the street, but here the boxes comes from a truck technically. So that's a little bit difference, like it's a little bit different, which is good, I guess. So if you look, there we go. So there we go. And you have people that comes in. And you can make your store bigger, as you can see. Co-op gameplay, as you can see, you can play with friends. The NPC are kind of strange. They look more strange than Supermarket Simulator, to be honest with you. And there you go, guys. So you have different type of people, I guess. But everything looks pretty similar, to be honest with you. And can Supermarket Simulator file a lawsuit against these guys? That's a good question. The question is, if they do it, how much would they win in return? So if these guys, they make millions, maybe, I don't know. If they make a lot of money, maybe it's worth the while. But if they make like a couple of thousands of dollars, maybe it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna spend a lot of money in, attorneys and lawyers' fees just to get a little bit, like few thousands of dollars. It's not worth it. If we're talking about millions, perhaps, but you know what I mean. But I just want to show you the fact that a lot of companies right now, instead of like coming up with their own ideas, all they do is they kind of copy a template of what you did. They copied like the entire template, right? But then they're gonna modify and like very little stuff to make it like a brand new game per se, so that they know if they are brought to court, they have the alibi, you know, the perfect alibi to say that, oh, the game is not totally similar because we can do this, the other game cannot do this, we can do this, the other game cannot do this. So they have a little bit of modification. But again, in the video, in the copyright, you know, infringement law, you know, the rules is that, to be honest with you, I'll be very, very honest with you because I study in law. It depends how much money there is to make. If you see that company's making a lot of millions of dollars and you know you can win your case, you know, if a lawyer tells you you're going to win your case, you're going to make at least 5 million, it is worth it, let's go to court, then yes, I guess it is worth it. But if the guy, like I said, if he doesn't make enough money because everybody thinks the game sucks, you know, you're going to sue them for what? For $1,000, and you're going to spend $5,000 in lawyer's fee. That's kind of not smart, you know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people, they don't sue other company because they think it's not worth it. Simple as that. The other grocery here, Grocery Store Tycoon. This one is not out yet, but it's going to come out soon. But I'm going to show you how it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty similar. It's the same thing, but the items look different. The NPC looks different, but the cash, you know, the concept of, you know, cashing out the people, it's pretty similar. Over here you have shelves, just like Supermarket Simulator. And there we go. Oh, you can move the shelf without having to move your entire body. So the good thing about this game is that you don't have to move in 3D to go put the shelf. You just left click and you can move stuff around. This looks interesting though. I like that. I kind of like that in a way. Or you can go in 3D and just move it yourself. Well, that is pretty cool actually. That is pretty cool. I like that. But I don't know if I like the quality of graphic design. I don't know. Now you have a car. Okay, so they have like carts outside which you need to take care of. Really? Seriously, I don't want to do that. I hope they have like NPC that can automate that job so you don't have to do it. Like seriously, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck, like screw this shit. Me, I like when there's like a NPC that helps you to do stuff, you know? I don't like to do everything, like it's way too like tedious. I don't mind to do it a little bit, but I need some help, you know what I'm saying? So they have a freezer, which is a new thing. They have, what do they have? You know, people walking with their cart, which is a good thing because in Supermarket Simulator they only have a handbag, but in this game they have a cart, which is cool, I guess. I'm gonna check it out and follow. Maybe I'll try that game. But just to tell you that there's a lot of other game. Grocery, let me see. Childhood Grocery, Hell Grocery. There's another. What is Hell Grocery? What the hell is this? Okay, yeah, no, that is something else. That doesn't matter. There was another grocery, I think. Childhood Grocery. Let's see what that does. Nope, that's something else. Let me see if there's any supermarket. Internet Cafe and Supermarket Simulator. My Supermarket. What? Sim Supermarket Simulator. What the hell is this? I did not. July 12th. Oh, that's another one that just came out. That's another one that just came out. I did not even know. And it's the same. Wow, it's the same thing. That is a total. It's the same box. The same. We have that same box in Supermarket Simulator. Oh my god, are you serious? This guy literally took the same boxes, the same cereal, but the bin is further. It's the same fucking thing. Oh my god, people are so ding dong, bro. Oh my god, people are so ding dong. And he called it Sim Market. Oh my god, are you serious? It's the same shit. This one did not even bother modifying anything. He just copied. This, oh my bro, it's the same coffee. We have the same coffee. We have the same coffee item in Supermarket Simulator. Oh my god, these guys are so ding dong. Wait, I saw something else. I saw another. We have the same apple juice. We have the same orange juice. Guys, this is the same shit. He literally copied. This is oh my god. We have the same apple juice and orange juice in Supermarket Simulator, guys. This is so wow. This is so wow. Holy shit. We have the same coffee as well. What is it? We don't have that. Let me double check the other item there. This is like, we have salt. This is salt, but it's blue. We have the blue one. He made it red. Like, mother. Oh, come on, bro. What a ding dong, bro. Do you guys see how easy it is to make a video game without putting any effort into it? All you have to do is to copy somebody else's template, and everybody follows your footstep. There's no, like, yeah, there is a creative aspect of it by modifying a few features, but you didn't came up with the original creation. And I would say that 85-90% of the entire game is pretty much the same thing, which is prosecutable in court for copyright infringement, I would say, for this guy over here. Holy shit. The counter looks a little bit different, at least. Hello? And they have okay, they added a video game in the laptop to pass the time. Hello. Whatever. Yeah, we have the spaghetti. This is the same. We have this. We have this oil. We have the same oil. We have the same spaghetti. The box you see over there, that's spaghetti box. We have the same one. We have the same rice. Holy shit, this guy literally stole. He's just fucking caught. Oh my god, this is sick. This is sick, bro. This is sick. What's his name? Halva. So we have this guy over here. Very positive. Let me see what that's offered. What is this? That's a brand new alpha game. A lot of these food, the water, the chocolate, we all have the same items. I think this is asset that you purchased somewhere. I'm not sure where he got the asset, but it's the same assets that supermarkets. The same apple juice, but we don't have these. We don't have. There are some items we don't have technically. Store, big. It's like a place to sell food and internet cafe. Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. It's kind of cool. I don't know. And yeah, guys, so this is how easy it is to copy a game. You just take a template and modify it a little bit or a lot, and then make it your own creation technically. Yep.